back with the BK Book Haul, and I'm here with Rachel from OverDrive. Hi, Rachel.
Hey, everyone.
All right, so Rachel, thank you for being with us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So what do you do at OverDrive?
I'm a collection development analyst, and what I do, I feel like I have the best job in the world because I work with librarians from all over the world, and I get to help them pick out titles for their library to purchase and for libraries to, books to feature on their site, and I get to research forthcoming books and figure out what's going to be popular and what we should promote. So basically just books, and libraries all day, and it's wonderful.
Rad. Okay, so what is something you've read recently that you enjoyed?
I read a book called A Stranger in the Woods, and it's a nonfiction book about a man who 26 years ago decided he didn't want to live in society anymore. So he left his car and his house and all of his money and went to live in the woods in Maine, and nobody saw him for 25 years.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's about like the last hermit, right?
Yeah, he was called the North Pond Hermit up in Maine. And it was just a book about, the way that he lived up there and how he survived and how he was eventually kind of caught, because he survived by basically breaking into people's houses and stealing from them. But he would break into houses and steal like 2 batteries. So the people would be like, I thought I had 2 batteries here. What happened to these 2 batteries? And then people would realize they didn't even know that their houses were getting broken into for so long. So it was a really fascinating story just about, this person and then about the community. And I would really highly recommend it. And I actually listened to the audiobook, so you should check that one out.
Very cool.
And then another book that I read recently was called Eleanor, Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman.
Oh yeah, that's coming out soon. That's a pre-read.
Yeah, that was a pre-read, and it's coming out in May. And it's probably the best book I've read so far this year. It was one of those books that it was hilarious. The character of Eleanor, she's this kind of like loner, and she's really into her routine. She wears the same clothes every day. She eats the same thing for lunch every day. She drinks the same bottle of vodka every weekend, and that's all she does. And she's very fine in her life. But then, some things start happening to her. She makes a new friend, and her world just kind of starts expanding, and she gets outside her comfort zone. But throughout all of that, you learn about Eleanor's past and why she is the way she is. So it's one of those, it's hilarious, but it's also really heartbreaking and touching. So like on one page I'd be laughing out loud, and then 3 pages later I'd be like about to cry. So it was beautifully written, and I love the character development and everything about it. So that's one, keep a lookout for.
That's going to be definitely a May Day read.
It's going to be a huge May Day read. I highly recommend it.
Awesome. So what are some things that you are looking forward to reading in the next couple months? Because summer's coming, so...
Yeah, well, there's the new Paula Hawkins book, the woman who wrote The Girl on the Train. She has a new book coming out called Into the Water, and the premise sounds fascinating for that one, too. I'm really into the marriage thrillers. That's been such a popular genre, so I like that one. And let me think of another book that's coming out soon. I just got an advanced reader copy for a book called Final Girls that's coming out, I believe, in June, and it's another marriage thriller that sounds great, so I think that one comes out in June. It's a Penguin Random House title.
Yeah, this is the year of marriage thrillers. We talked about that in one of our first episodes of the podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's exciting. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Those are the 2 I'm looking forward to.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Well, have a great TLA, and happy book day, y'all.
Yeah, bye, everyone.
All right, we're back again with, this is Katie. She is one of our OverDrive reps. Hey, Katie.
Hi, Megan.
Yeah, so Katie actually has to deal with me on a regular basis when I call to fix OverDrive for BK, or just asking questions about how can I make everything better for our wonderful BK patrons. Thank you, Katie.
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
So
without you, I wouldn't have a job.
We're very glad. So tell us a little bit more about your job other than having to deal with me.
So I'm an account specialist, and that means I'm more on the technical side, and I help with your OverDrive website, help you with new features, and just answering general questions about your OverDrive service and making sure you and your patrons are happy.
Yeah, so when I don't know the answer, I go to Katie and I beg for help. So Katie, what are some things that you've been reading recently?
So I'm reading Stephen King's It. Maybe about 30 years too late, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the new movie coming out this fall. Even seeing the trailer just scared me to death, and I love being scared. This is actually my first Stephen King, believe it or not, even though I love horror. For some reason, This is just my first one, so I'm very excited about it. I'm terrified of clowns. It keeps me up at night, but that's a sign of a good book, right?
Yes, it is. I cannot wait to I don't know what you think about it. It is one of my favorite horror
Awesome.
of all time. So, yay for the movie. It looks awesome.
It does. It looks so creepy.
Yeah, and if you're watching the YouTube video, I'm going to put a link up to it here so you can watch the trailer and be terrified with us.
Yeah.
So anything else you've been reading or anything you're excited for?
I'm really excited for a book that I just saw at the Penguin Random House booth called Modern Girls. So I'm excited about that. I love anything with historical fiction. And then I'm also looking forward to reading Big Little Lies so that I can watch the TV show that my colleague Rachel, who you just saw, has been telling me that I need to watch.
Yeah, that was the one that was produced by Reese Witherspoon.
Yep.
And Nicole Kidman and Shayla Woodruff. Everyone is in it.
Yeah.
And it's apparently amazing. Hopefully we'll get it on DVD when it's available here at BK. Yeah, so you've got quite a list to read.
Yeah, I have my wish list, my OverDrive wish list is miles long, so I have a lot to get through.
One of the best things about OverDrive is they have everything all in the pocket of your hand and your tablet. Yay! All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, Katie.
Thank you.
All right, happy book day, y'all.
The Bee Cave Book Hall is part of the Bee Cave Public Library's podcast channel. It is produced and edited by Megan Fisher. Thanks to the Friends of the Bee Cave Public Library for the donation of our podcast equipment. For more information, go to www.beecavetexas.com. Please feel free to email us or leave any comments and suggestions below. We'd love to hear from you.